It is Friday Eve. It's Thursday.
What, Friday Eve? What
Yeah.
kind of ridiculousness is that?
I don't know. I say happy Thursday. I say the happy day every day.
Okay.
I want to come up with something new.
Okay, all right. Happy Friday Eve.
Happy Friday Eve to you, my friend. It's good to see you. We've been talking about sharing our heart and communicating authentically, sharing our real selves with each other. And yesterday we talked about 2 negative ways that we can communicate that become a hindrance to our recovery and a hindrance to others. These next 2 are even a little bit deeper dive into negativity, and one of them is called soapboxing or attention seeking. You know that person. I know that. I've been that person to speak, to be heard.
Yeah, anytime we find ourselves talking because we want or need attention, we really would do well just to shut up. Because typically when that's what's motivating our conversing, we're not going to say anything helpful. We're going to potentially say things that are hurtful. And this is where we really need to check our motives as we communicate and really look, why am I saying what I'm saying? Why am I talking about what I'm talking about? Because oftentimes people, they argue for the sake of arguing. They argue because they want to hear themselves argue. They say whatever they're saying, positive or negative, just because they think they have something important to say and they really want attention or affirmation or something out of that conversation.
Yeah, and it's always somebody intelligent in the group. Intelligence tends to be a stumbling block at times.
Yeah. And anytime someone just talks because they think they're smart and people want or need to hear what they have to say, that probably isn't the most helpful thing.
Let's be careful not to soapbox. And this 5th one is the worst of all. And I've heard it. I can see a conversation in my family at one point where it happened, and it's to communicate. Literally, it's poisoning. It's poisoning your conversation.
Yeah, again, this gets back to motive as well. Both of these are really kind of rooted in our motives. And this is where I either don't like someone or I don't like something or I disagree with something. And instead of just maybe authentically sharing my perspective and say, I disagree with that perspective, here's my perspective, and having this kind of authentic, open dialogue and even debate. The debate can be healthy and debate can be helpful. And Scripture even tells us, don't believe everything you hear, test it and hold on to what is right. There's nothing wrong with debate, but this person doesn't really want to debate or discuss. And so they just want their point to win. They just want to be right. So they're going to poison the discussion by maybe saying things unfairly or saying things wrongly or really hurtfully. I mean, there's just all sorts of ways in which you can try to poison a conversation and really poison relationships in this context. And I think we really got to check our motives as we communicate. And these 2 in particular, we should be really careful why we're soapboxing or why we're poisoning.
I just feel led to ask about that last one again, the poisoning. What if we're in a conversation with someone and we're the ones hearing this? What can we do to stop? How should we put an end to it in a conversation?
I think one of the things we can say is, I'm really not comfortable, or I feel concerned about the direction this conversation is going, because I don't think we're being fair to that other person or that other perspective. And I think we can just kind of authentically share our concerns, share the emotions that we're feeling, and maybe suggest that we take a step back from that particular point of conversation.
Yeah, so soapboxing, speaking to be heard, and poisoning, speaking with the purpose of harming. Those are 2 bad things. So let's not be partakers of that, and let's call it out when we see it in conversation. And it's been a good week, man. All comes down to sharing your authentic self and being real with yourself and with others. And it makes all the difference in the world. All right, let's wrap this up tomorrow on a Friday.
See you tomorrow.